Hi, I am Teena Jain Kaushal and you are watching Money9, India's first multilingual personal finance website from TV9 network. With around $3 million worth of trading happening every day, NFTs has become a buzzword in India too. While WazirX has announced to create a marketplace in India, which will be the country's first, many other exchanges plan to launch their marketplaces soon. I have with me today Vikram Rangala, CMO of Zebpay, and Varun Sethi, founder of Blockchain Lawyer, to discuss the future of NFTs in India. A big welcome to both of you. Vikram, if I can start with you, what are your plans for marketplace in India? Because WazirX has already launched the country's first marketplace. So, do you have such similar
Thank
plans?
you.
Vikram, can you hear us?
Actually, we announced our,
I think there is some issue. We cannot hear Vikram. Varun, can you hear us? Can
Yes, yes, I can.
yeah. So Varun, can you tell us how do you look at this NFT space? Because we all discuss about NFT and we define it very simple. It is a digital token with a unique code. But you, as a lawyer, how do you see it? Like, according to you, what is NFT and how you can explain it simple?
See, NFT, as you rightly pointed out, is a unique ownership for an asset which is not duplicated. So, unlike other cryptos, which are fungible in nature, which means that one Bitcoin is equivalent to another Bitcoin at any given point in time. So, NFTs are slightly different. They give you a right to a unique asset. Now, this has great use cases, especially in the intellectual property market. And we've seen crazy things happening, especially in the last 6 months wherein close to a $70 million worth of digital art was bought online in an auction, giving crazy valuations to these tokens. I feel that yes, there is surely scope for such kind of recognition of digital assets in times to come.
Okay. Vikram, are you back with us? Uh,
can you hear
he
me?
is. Yeah, we can hear you now. So yeah, the
All right.
question is, do you plan to have your own marketplace soon?
We not only plan, we already have it. We announced our NFT marketplace and NFT, the Zebra token, back in December of 2020. Zebpay's marketplace is called Dazzle. Dazzle comes from the word for a herd of zebras. A herd of zebras is actually called a dazzle of zebras. And our marketplace is going to be for far more than just digital art and collectibles. It's also going to be, in later phases, a platform for contracts, proof of ownership, proofs of identity, basically anything that you can create a unique NFT out of to show unique ownership or unique intellectual property rights. And so we've been working on that since before we announced it in December. The Zebra token is currently, it's being released in a very limited way to just a select few friends. We're sort of in a testing phase, if you will, and then we're going to release it in a wider to a wider audience and gradually come out. So very happy that WazirX has joined the party, and we don't have competitors in the Indian crypto industry. We have collaborators. So the more the merrier, and we really wish them all the best with it. But technically speaking, we were the first to offer an NFT in India, and but there's going to be plenty of room for a lot of innovation in this space. So hope they do well with it also.
Oh, it's interesting to know that you launched much before when we are talking about. But since you are the older in this field, can you tell us how this buying and selling happens on the exchange?
Right now, until we go live, until Dazzle goes completely live, uh, for Indians, they will have to use a marketplace that's based overseas. And there are several of them online. I won't name any of them specifically, but there you can find them. And generally speaking, it's easiest if you right now use Ether, the Ethereum token, to make your purchases. So if you go to Zebpay, you buy Ether on your Zebpay account, and then from your Zebpay wallet, send it to the wallet of the marketplace that you want to buy your NFT on. Then it's a simple matter of buying the NFT. Or in some cases, if it's a work of art, there may be an auction going on, sort of like any art auction or eBay. So you would bid, and then your payment would go from your Zebpay wallet to the wallet of whoever is selling the art to you. It's really quite simple.
Varun, you are an expert in blockchain. So can you tell us how to check the authenticity of NFT? Though we say that blockchain cannot be like fraud cannot happen when it's blockchain, but how to check the authenticity?
Well, it's very simple actually. Everything all is on the blockchain, and that is the biggest proof that you can have that you own it. So when you zero down on an NFT purchase, ideally what you're doing is from a legal perspective, you are validating that this person who bought this NFT is the real owner. Rather, this is what excites me in the long run, that there will be no dispute regarding ownership. We see lots of things and lots of challenges in the current intellectual property law, which then create lots of civil and criminal cases in the long run, primarily pertaining to who owns what in the digital space. There's no physical asset that we are talking about here. So in the digital space, ownership, currently the laws really need to catch up. And NFT is then one big step towards validating who the real owner is by virtue of the public blockchain records that are available.
Okay, in spite of having all these precautions, what if some fraud happens? So, who is the what is the legal framework or redressal mechanism that one can go and ask for the redressal of the problem? Varun, can you answer it?
I think we need to take a step back. We are expecting too much from the current law when we talk about validation of NFT ownerships. Uh, we always know about this example, which recently happened, wherein a digital artist sold his digital art containing one picture of 5,000 small image collages for about $70 million. And crazily, he's now ranked amongst the top three digital artists in the world in terms of the valuation that he's achieved. Now, on the very same website, when you see one of the older artists, now this artist happens to be 39-year-old. There's another artist that sold a value even more than that. $90 million was sold through the same website through which this artist sold his NFT. And that veteran artist claims that NFTs are just silly things. So yes, of course, I think regulatory frameworks are still work in progress. There would be challenges going forward, but I think blockchain will surely come to the rescue, given the fact that blockchain is a very transparent, append-only methodology of data keeping and data record keeping. I feel that there would be lesser challenges pertaining to who really owns it. I think blockchain provides a clear answer to that.
Vikram, you being running the show, you having your own exchange, can you also can you tell us your perspective? If something happens, if there is some fraud, what will be the redressal mechanism?
Actually, the blockchain itself is kind of the initial way to redress, because usually when you have frauds like this, they don't happen on the blockchain because the blockchain is an accurate record. It'll happen because somebody sent a fake document by email that is a false proof of ownership, or someone is trying to commit just old-fashioned fraud like a con artist might do. But the blockchain is a record that everybody can look at. Everybody in the world has the exact same copy of it. So basically, it works by consensus. You look at the blockchain, and then you ask the thousands of other people who can also see the blockchain, does everybody see the same thing I see? Everybody says, yes, you are the owner. And that is the initial phase. It's a system that doesn't require you to have a single trusted authority, because instead you have the trust that's built by everybody being aligned, everybody being as one in agreement. So the instant I sell an NFT to you, though we don't see it, there are 50,000, 100,000 other people on that blockchain who are all saying, hey, Vikram just sold that NFT, and here's the record, and here's the time and place that it happened.
Also, I have this question that I, as a person, why should I buy NFT? Because though I know what is NFT, but still it's a very intriguing concept. I know it's a digital token with a unique code, but still, when it comes to buying NFT, there's lot of complexities around. So, if you can tell me, whom do you think can buy NFT, or who does it appeal to?
Well, there are probably two groups. One is the group that just see it as a new kind of digital collectible online. And that is fun. You know, people are buying art, people are buying videos of their favorite NBA basketball stars or their favorite rap artists or whatever. And that is a great way for artists to create and show their unique creations. And it does therefore give you the right to say, I wrote this, or this is really something that I created. And when you transfer it to somebody, it can't be copied the way that some other things can be copied. So for people who just want something new to collect, NFTs are a fun way to do it. And sometimes people who want to collect things have a lot of money, so they pay millions of dollars to collect things. You and I might think that a crypto kitty is kind of silly. It's just a picture of a cat on a screen, but crypto kitties have gone for more than $100,000 in some cases. I don't really understand it, to be honest, but I
Do you agree
understand that
with Vikram? Do you
collectibles
see a lot of
often,
value
yeah.
in NFTs?
I feel that yes, there would be. It totally depends on how the buyer looks at it. There's this interesting thing that came up. Jack Dorsey, who's the CEO of Twitter, selling his first tweet, which was just 5 words: "Setting up my Twitter account." That's it, and it was bought for $2.9 million. Now, the person who bought it happens to be a Malaysian blockchain company CEO, stating that she wanted to that group wanted to make a mark, stating that we bought the first tweet of Jack Dorsey. Now it's about who looks at what in what manner. So if they feel, the buyer and the seller feel that it's worth $2.9 million buying the first tweet of Jack Dorsey, well, that's it. That's how valuations work.
It's it's
Thank you,
it's
Vikram.
like any other piece of art. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I
But in the long
agree.
run, and I think Varun really can answer this part, the real value of NFTs comes in agreements of some kind, contracts or statements that this is my property and nobody can steal it because I truly have my rights guarded by this technology. So in contract law, in proof of ownership, proof of identity, when identity theft is such a huge problem in the world, NFTs offer a new technology that can help to fight that problem. So the initially, of course, there's going to be some kind of game, some kind of fun, some kind of oh, I can't believe somebody paid $1 million for that thing. That is going to get headlines, and it's interesting as a way to start. Every technology starts off in some small, cute way. Video games started with a silly little back and forth ball, right, on a screen.
Correct.
But now we have virtual reality as a way that is transforming all kinds of areas, including healthcare. So NFTs are also just at the beginning. The reason that we launched our NFT and Dazzle last year was not really to create digital collectibles. Our CEO Rahul is a lawyer, and he saw the potential of NFTs for all kinds of applications outside of just collecting things. It's in contract law, it's in health insurance, it's in providing lower cost access to healthcare and finance and basic the rights of a human being to have a unique identity in the world and have all the rights that come with their identity. So our NFT is just it's a tiny thing when we first issue it to the members. It'll initially just give them some rights on the Zebpay exchange, like lower trading fees or zero fees, or maybe a subscription to some music streaming service as a free gift along with it, or coffee, something like that. But that NFT can grow new superpowers. So the longer a member holds it, the more new features it'll just suddenly pop up and say, suddenly, hey, you can get now, say, mobile phone service with this discounted rate, or we've just now given you the power to do this. And so over time, the NFT will grow as the technology grows. And so anybody who gets a Zebra token soon, early on, one of the early adopters, and holds it, they'll see themselves getting all kinds of new features just growing out of it. And that's one of the beauties of the technology, is that it can just be programmed to grow itself.
Thank you, Vikram and Varun, for letting us know what are NFTs in a very simple way. And as you said, that beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. So though it's a nascent state, it's at a nascent stage, we will wait for the market to develop and become mainstream. And thank you, both of you, once again for being on the show today.